AP News, I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump says he wants to help farmers who've struggled to sell their crops while getting hit by rising costs by using money brought in by tariffs.
What we're doing is we're taking a relatively small portion of that, and we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers in economic assistance, and we love our farmers. And
farmers have backed the president politically, but his aggressive trade policies and frequently changing tariff rates have come under increasing scrutiny. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president wants credit for trying to fix a mess of his making. The Supreme Court seems likely to expand presidential control over independent federal agencies, signaling support for President Trump's firing of board members. Justice Sonia Sotomayor says the Trump administration is trying to upend long-standing norms of government.
You're asking us to destroy the structure of government and to take away from Congress its ability to protect its idea that the government is better structured with some agencies that are independent.
The court's conservative majority suggested it would overturn a 90-year-old decision that has limited when presidents can fire agency board members or leave it with only its shell intact. Miami Heat player Terry Rozier pleaded not guilty to charges he helped gamblers placing bets on his performance in NBA games. Prosecutors say Rozier conspired with friends to help win bets on his performance in a 2023 game when he played for the Charlotte Hornets. Rozier, through his attorney, has denied any wrongdoing. A powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake has struck off northern Japan, injuring more than 20 people and triggering a tsunami. Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has launched a bid for the U.S. Senate in Texas, looking to flip a Republican-held seat. This is AP News. The Hollywood awards season is getting into gear.
You know what freedom is? No fear. Just like Tom Cruise. The Golden Globe nominations are out, and Paul Thomas Anderson's film One Battle After Another leads with 9 nominations, continuing Oscar buzz around what critics describe as both an action thriller and a dystopian screwball comedy. Joachim Tier's Norwegian family drama Sentimental Value had 8 nominations, and Ryan Coogler's acclaimed vampire movie Sinners follows with 7. Notable snubs included Wicked for Good, nominated for 5 awards but not Best Comedy or Musical. For the first time ever, podcasts got their own category. The 6 nominations were a mix of news, advice, and celebrity interviews like Call Her Daddy and the Mel Robbins podcast, avoiding popular political podcasts and leaving some experts scratching their heads. The Globes air this January 11th on CBS with comedian Nikki Glaser returning as host. I'm Jennifer King.
I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
AP News. I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump says he wants to help farmers who've struggled to sell their crops while getting hit by rising costs by using money brought in by tariffs.
What we're doing is we're taking a relatively small portion of that, and we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers in economic assistance, and we love our farmers. And
Farmers have backed the president politically, but his aggressive trade policies and frequently changing tariff rates have come under increasing scrutiny. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president wants credit for trying to fix a mess of his making. The Supreme Court seems likely to expand presidential control over independent federal agencies, signaling support for President Trump's firing of board members. Justice Sonia Sotomayor says the Trump administration is trying to upend longstanding norms of government.
You're asking us to destroy the structure of government and to take away from Congress its ability to protect its idea that the government is better structured with some agencies that are independent.
The court's conservative majority suggested it would overturn a 90-year-old decision that has limited when presidents can fire agency board members or leave it with only its shell intact. Miami Heat player Terry Rozier pleaded not guilty to charges he helped gamblers placing bets on his performance in NBA games. Prosecutors say Rozier conspired with friends to help win bets on his performance in a 2023 game when he played for the Charlotte Hornets. Rozier, through his attorney, has denied any wrongdoing. A powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake has struck off northern Japan, injuring more than 20 people and triggering a tsunami. Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has launched a bid for the U.S. Senate in Texas, looking to flip a Republican-held seat. This is AP News. The Hollywood awards season is getting into gear.
You know what freedom is? No fear. Just like Tom Cruise.
The Golden Globe nominations are out, and Paul Thomas Anderson's film One Battle After Another leads with 9 nominations, continuing Oscar buzz around what critics describe as both an action thriller and a dystopian screwball comedy. Joachim Tier's Norwegian family drama Sentimental Value had 8 nominations, and Ryan Coogler's acclaimed vampire movie Sinners follows with 7. Notable snubs included Wicked for Good, nominated for 5 awards, but not Best Comedy or Musical. For the first time ever, podcasts got their own category. The 6 nominations were a mix of news, advice, and celebrity interviews like Call Her Daddy and the Mel Robbins podcast, avoiding popular political podcasts, and leaving some experts scratching their heads. The Globes air this January 11th on CBS, with comedian Nikki Glaser returning as host. I'm Jennifer King.
I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. The rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around. Everything
Holy smokes. It is 7:46 in the morning here on Saipan, and it's a beautiful day, and it's looking to only get better and better as more of you guys wake up and get out there today. I think there's a special bonus austerity day because of the holiday yesterday, so that's happening today for the PSS side. But hey, all you guys out there, thanks for joining us. Good morning. 81 degrees outside today, and it is going to be great. We're looking at mostly sunny skies. High near 86 today. Should be amazing all the way through, and we're really looking forward to it because I am ready for like good weather all the time because I'd say we deserve it. Don't we deserve it? I think so. I think it's something we could say that we deserve. We deserve good weather after suffering for so long, living in the Marianas where the weather is amazing forever and ever. Okay, maybe not. I think we're okay. But hopefully it'll end up staying amazing today. And that's what the weather report's saying, and we're looking forward to experiencing that today and throughout the week. So thanks so much for tuning in this morning. We normally have a whole slate of things that we're going to get to, not Christmas sleigh, and not like, oh, girl, you slay. Not that kind of sleigh either. But we do have a call that we're going to make right now. We're reaching out to Guam. Oh, the line is busy. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to make sure that we get there. Hold on 1 second. Line is busy. Okay. And because we got a heads up from Patty Arroyo, who does a morning show over there in Guam on 105.1 The Wave. And man, this is our friend. We've known her for years and years and years. And she called. She wants to talk about what's going on with all this deep sea mining and all that stuff. So we're going to hear from her. In the meantime, though, could say good morning to all of you guys for tuning in. Tobak Castro in the house, the tint man from Dan, ready to tint each one of your Christmas lights individually. Now, just as long as he doesn't have to crawl up underneath the dashboard to do it. He's happy to get out there and do that for you, too. Also, he said, even my kids are questioning, why do they have Austerity Tuesday when Monday's the day? Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's different. That's how it works. Good morning, Bea. Oh, my gosh. Bea, you should be in here this morning. Grab your cup of coffee, slide down the hill, and make your way over into the studio today. Hey, good morning, Jack Boekis as well. Thank you for joining us today. Sophia Beneventi. So great to see you today. Thanks for coming in here. Buenas. And Richie Junio, thank you for joining us today. Great to see you as well. And over there on the YouTube side, got a whole bunch of you guys. I can't see everybody by name, but I can see Family Life 1213 is out there. Thanks for joining us as well. But I can see that you guys are all over the place, and so are we, and watching from all over the place. And yeah, we will talk about that Broncos win. It's a good deal for us because that also helped me beat Leith in this week's fantasy football. So sorry, Leith. This week was not your week, and so I will enjoy the little bit of happiness that I have from winning our little fantasy football matchup this week. Let's see. Does this change? Ooh, it does a little bit. I don't know if I like it better or not, but it's pretty close. And one more. Bam. Look at that magic. All right, we're going to try making that phone call again, see if we can get through this time. Nope, the line's still busy. All right. Still busy. All right, there we go. Sweet. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. Start talking about what's going on here in the Marianas. I know that she initially wanted to have that call early, and I'm like, I can't do that early. But we'll see if we get that call rolling in from her to get her on the show as well, because she wants to talk about all this stuff, talk about how it's working here in the Marianas and all that stuff. But speaking of working in the Marianas, getting around is not the easiest thing to do. So we're going to help you with the traffic report. Traffic? Who's talking about traffic? I'm talking about traffic, and we're going to talk about it with you here real quick. Here, let's get to the roads right now and take a look at what's going on all around in the 670. Well, Rhoda and Tinian are fine. We know that right now because it's the best place. If you have to worry about getting to work on time in Tinian and Rhoda, it's not going to be because of traffic. All right, but in Saipan, that could happen. So let's go in there and take a look at one of the busiest intersections and it looks pretty good right now. That's over there by Shell Dandan. And where is that? Oh, that's in Dandan. Yep. It's where the CMM and the CMG meet at that spot. It's X marks the spot right there, and that's a whole lot of traffic, but right now it's pretty good. Even in front of Jota and Dandan, pretty sweet. Now you're starting to see a little bit of cars back up over there by the NMC Pro Union. Folks going in every direction over there at that light. Common occurrence about this time of the morning. How about the intersection that matters? The place where connections matter. I-T&E looking great down there. The old AK intersection is a little bit busy, but that's still pretty minor part. I'm serious. It's not that bad at all. It looks really good. I'm really surprised because they got that little creep road in there, and I don't think that little creep road is exactly where they got it on this map. It's not perfect, for sure. Anyway, well, let's just keep going. We're going to go make our way south. It still should be pretty good because the schools normally are in session today, but not. But you can see there's a lot of folks coming down from the Aspertito area, making their way down to Chalumpiao. So it's going to be a little bit slower as you make your way down toward the mobile intersection toward Hopwood. Also by the Mayor's Dog Shelter, a lot of traffic over there. Not sure what's happening. Coming down from the airport, it's a little bit congested as well. As you can see, there are some bus stops in that area. But, man, it's not for school. That is for transit CNMI. Now that traffic in front of Jota and Dandan is really starting to pick up and really starting to back up all the way back to Java Joe's, guys. So if you're coming down the hill, just know that that's something that is happening. San Vicente, things looking pretty good. Going around Back Island Road, things looking good toward Cagman. A little bit of folks making their way up past the mobile station in Cagman area right now, but that's still not that bad. It's still pretty minor. And you will see a few cars making their way down the hill over there by Enos Kitchen, where it's so delicious. Got to get a burger and some soda with it for sure. Hey, over there by the tennis courts / pickleball courts at American Memorial Park, a little bit of folks stuck in the intersection saying hi to each other, waiting for that light to change. Over there on Corporal Darren's Jack Road, also known as Orchid Street. They've got a bunch of cars over there by Garapan Elementary, but you know they're not going to school. The Mallards are off today. Making your way downtown, still looking pretty good. Double barrel look at Beach Road and Middle Road. Over at that Gualarai intersection, it looks like the light just changed and people are starting to make their way through there as well. How about Quartermasters? Also looking good over by SDA. Not too shabby at all, and that is your first look at traffic getting around the island. You know, you don't have to worry about any of that. If you hop on the blue line with Transit CNMI, they got folks everywhere they need to go, from Totaville to the Paseo and everywhere in between. It only costs $2 to get anywhere you got to go. And it's amazing. From 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. on weekends and holidays, the Blue Line is your way to get around. And if you are a student, a veteran, active duty military, a MNOMCO, or if you got a disability, you only got to pay half. Half! That's right. It's like $1. You can't beat that. Instead of $2, it's $1. They put the half and half a day at Transit CNMI. You don't want to miss it. They've got air conditioning, comfortable seats, and they've got the smiliest drivers you ever did see. The only thing they don't do, though, is make change. So make sure you pay with exact change when you hop on the bus here in the Marianas. All right, well, if you want more information from them, give them a call at 236-2682 for Transit CNMI. They're going to get you everything that you need to know. And if you hop on their website, you can actually see where the buses are right now. One's over there in Totaville right now, and the other one is making its way up by National Office Supply on Beach Road. So you know how long you have to wait if you are trying to hop on that bus. So not a bad deal. Ooh, we just got a message back from Patty. Oh, okay. Could I have a guest at 8? Okay, so let's see what happens there. I just told her, she was asking, she's like, I got stuck on a call. Can you call at 8:15? I'm like, can we do it at 8? Well, anyway, while you have to worry about me trying to get this guest on the show at a certain time. Trains at CNMI will get you where you need to go on time, and they do it in a great way. In fact, they're so great, they're an award-winning public transportation system. That's right, across the entire country. They are number one for a small market like our size. And man, it's because of all that great customer service, the great people that we have there, and things like what they did in November, where everybody who's in the service or was a veteran, if you've got your family with you too, you can all ride for free in November. That was awesome. So hats off to the folks over there at Transit CNMI. Absolutely love what you guys do for us. I'm a big fan. All right. Well, that's your traffic update for the NMI. And, well, okay, here's Tinian's traffic. Yeah, it's pretty good. Here's Rhoda's traffic. Yeah, it's pretty good too. Okay, there you go. All right, well, we got the national stuff out there for you with the Associated Press headlines that we threw your way, but some of the things that are tracking here locally, I think you guys might find interesting as well. And if you want to find out where these things are too, you can go to the NMINewsService.com, NMINewsService.com, and check it out for yourself. We've got information about the Saipan International School Christmas Market. We're going to have their headmaster, Martin Hiambor, is going to be coming on with us today, a little bit later. In a couple of days from now, there's going to be a board meeting over at CUC, which is Cobre Aldon's #1 favorite thing to do, is to talk about what's going on with CUC. Well, you can go down there and hear it for yourself. They've got a lot to talk about. Now, they're going to talk about money they owe people, money that people owe them, and what's next. Alan Perez is the chair for the board, and if he's running it, you know it's in good hands, so you want to get down there and hear it from him. Now, if you are a retiree, there is good news for you, because just before the weekend, the CNMI House of Representatives passed House Bill 24-75, which will fund the retiree health premiums and send PSS a bunch of money too. Their 25% share that everybody hears about all the time, well, that's taken care of. In fact, we can get this on the screen for you so you can see it too. It's over on NMINewsService.com. That's the original. This is the thing. They originally received a letter from the settlement fund saying, hey, your health insurance is going to be done in January, and if you don't do something about it soon. In fact, there's a message, we got it from Susan Lobo. It says, without a revised budget to fully fund retirees' health insurance and clarification of the duration of the health insurance coverage, the risk to default with Aetna is almost certain. So that would have been terrible news, right? We're only talking about people who served their entire lives professionally serving the Commonwealth, right? Well, that's not going to be a problem, at least on the House side. They got to put it through the Senate now. So that's the story. Is CNMI House of Representatives voted 19-0. It's unanimous to pass that House bill on the first and final reading to authorize continued payment of employer premiums of the group health and life insurance program for retirees by appropriating $3.7 million. Recently identified by the governor for 2026. Now, here's the deal. During the discussion, Representative B.J. Attow said the bill would remit $2.8 million to the group health and life insurance for our retirees, so they will continue their insurance benefits, and remit just under $1 million to the public school system to address the 25% portion from their collections. And then he said that the collections were tied to what they got in 2025, referenced the window and all that other stuff. The good news is, what you want here is the House is making its way toward getting you your health insurance continued for if you're a retiree. Now it goes to the Senate. The Senate, they're hoping, turns this around pretty quick, and we'll get an answer on it. Hopefully that's the case. There always seems to be something between the House and the Senate. There's not a whole lot of stuff that just goes through smooth like butter, but we'll find out. We'll find out pretty soon. It won't be long before we hear directly from the Senate about what they're going to do about all this stuff. But again, you can read this whole thing for yourself over there at the NMINewsService.com. If on our Facebook page, I think we also posted up at our YouTube, I think. Oh, maybe we didn't, but we definitely posted it up on our Facebook page. If you want to watch the entire segment of the comments from B.J. Attow, and then the vote then you're able to see how all that works and how that went down. Hey, good morning. All right, our guest who's going to be coming on here in just a little bit, what we'll end up doing, we'll take a real quick break to get him all situated and get you ready to go. But that's how that went down. So if you're a retiree, the stuff is going. So all those calls that you made to the House of Representatives paid off. Now you got to start calling your senators because that's how it is. In fact, that's one of the things they referenced in the meeting, in that session. They were like, hey, you guys called us, and you called us a lot, and it worked, and there you go. So, in fact, we could. I could play that for you real quick, but that might be the break that we need to let you know what's going on. So you're able to watch it for yourself, but we'll put it up there for you because it is. I think it's telling about what's going on for the. Here we go. It's telling what's going on, so they let you know a little bit more about like what's going on in the House and what their thinking was for all that stuff. So it's pretty good. Hold on, let me pull that up for you. It's on the main page. Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At this time, I move for the passage on first and final reading on House Bill number 24-75 to authorize the continued payment of employer premiums for the group health and life insurance program by permitting expenditure of $3,747,585 recently identified by the governor that shall be appropriated by the legislature for fiscal year 2026. So move.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill number 24-75, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Recognize Representative Atto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And colleagues, thank you all for agreeing to include your name as co-sponsors of this legislation. Every single member here in the House and our counterparts in the Senate participated in drafting this legislation so that we can address the retirees' concerns of the group health life insurance. This legislation will remit $2,800,688.75 to the group health life insurance for our retirees, so that they will continue their insurance benefits. In addition to that, $936,896.25 will be remitted to PSS to address the 25% from this collections. We all know that this collection came towards after the fiscal year FY 2025, but these monies were collected in FY 2025, and under the accounting procedures, there's a 60-day window of allowance to utilize the funds to address the back pay of the previous fiscal year. We're authorizing in this legislation for the Secretary of Finance to allocate these funds directly to the group health life insurance for our retirees, and the 25% portion over to the public school system that would assist in their needs and their financial obligations. So at least now the retirees wouldn't have to stress on the letter that they had received from the settlement fund. We all know every single member here has gotten phone calls from family members, friends, and members of our community regarding this concern. This now would at least address the 2,000 plus retirees, their beneficiaries, those that are under disability, that are receiving retirement benefits and are falling under the group health life insurance program, under the retirement program. So with that, again, I thank you guys for your support in this legislation, and we look forward for the Senate to calling session and passing this legislation to get it to the governor's desk so that we can get it signed into law within the next week or so that the monies can be transferred to the respective entities, in this case the group health life insurance program and the public school system, so they can proceed forward with their for the group of life insurance portion, at the very least open enrollment, so potential new members into the group of life insurance from government employees that are that are willing to get into the group of life insurance program. The open enrollment will be there and available for them to sign up for it. And if there's no further discussions from the members, Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I would also like to extend to the council and the clerk to make the proper change, or make sure that they review the legislation further to make sure that we don't forget to cross the T's and dot the I's before they make the transmittal to the Senate. With that being said, I thank you again, Mr. Speaker, for the time, and colleagues, thank you for your support on the legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fata?
Yes.
Representative Aquino?
Yes.
Representative Fato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
I'm good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
I'm good.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Maglonia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
I'm good.
Representative Palacios?
I'm good.
Representative Rangamar?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
I'm good.
Representative Sinicolas?
Yes.
Representative Yang Tamang?
Aware.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill number 24-75 hereby passes the House.
All right, Marianas, there you go. That was the vote. Oh, here, so we don't restart it again. But that was how it went down. That's how the retirees got everything squared away, at least from the House side. So now we're going to have to wait and see how the Senate goes through and how they deal with it. Usually, it always seems like there's some kind of change, some kind of way from the Senate. So I would say almost just be prepared for that to happen, and we'll wait and see how it goes. Ideally, I know the retirees probably don't want that to be something that they have to wait on. So let's just find out how it'll shake out. Anyway, we're looking at a great day today, but part of that great day starts here because we've got a guest in studio with us that we're happy to have. Normally, we see him playing soccer. Actually, that's not true. It used to be playing soccer and at hotels and stuff like that. But now we see him at Saipan International School running the show with his team, with his staff of professionals over there. Martin, welcome to the studio. Your first time here.
Thanks for having me. I mean, this is a wonderful place, and I'm really pleased to be here. Yeah, on Tuesday morning.
It's great. All right, so what we're gonna do? I got too much into chatting you up in the meantime, but we're gonna pull that microphone a little bit closer to you just to make sure people can still hear you. But we move that whole thing over. The closer you get to that microphone, the more people will enjoy your voice.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for saying that. Yeah.
It's true. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's great to be here. I mean, let's forget all the politics and all what's going on. Let's enjoy that it's time for holidays. And I think it's the most wonderful time of the year, especially here at Marianas, because you can't have a better weather all around the world. And so I'm really excited to spend my holidays outside on the beach. Not working in the hotel.
Well, you went from now you don't have to worry about occupancy because you've got your occupancy filled every day at the school. You went from running the show over there with a great team over at you started I remember at Kanoa, and then with the rebranding over at Crown, and then being part of the whole organization, doing all kinds of stuff. And now you're going back to what you actually went to school for and everything.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So we won't spend too much time on it, but how's that transition been, and how does it feel?
So far, been very good, and I'm trying to bring part of what I've learned for past 20 years in the hospitality world, and so I'm trying to be hospitable, to all my students and all parents, and you can see me in the morning, waving on all the parents and kids, and I think that's part that I brought from the hotel, and of course there is a long journey for me to learn, how to sit on that chair. But I had a wonderful team. I have a wonderful team of the teachers, staff, and obviously students are great as well. So it has been so far very, very enjoyable ride with full of support.
Well, it's great to see how everything's changed. And I love it when I get to see folks who are doing things that they really want to do. And you are really doing it now. And as the headmaster over at Saipan International School, and you've got a big event that's coming up too. And so can you tell us a little bit?
We do, yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm here. I basically came to invite the whole community, because we are not a closed school. We are open to local community, and we love to see other students and other parents and people from local community to come over to our campus. Like, you know, during our during our Halloween party, we had probably over 150 people who has nothing to do with Saipan International School, but they came over and joined the party, and I believe they had a great time. So me and the team, we thought, what can we do during the best time of the year, during the holidays? So we actually throwing up we're bringing first time Christmas market to Saipan International School. We don't know how it's gonna be. We don't know, maybe is it gonna be successful? Is it gonna be big disaster? I don't think so. But you have to try. You have to try. You have to push, you know, the bar and see how it goes. I think it's gonna be wonderful. We basically open our basketball court, which has a big rooftop over the top, so we don't have to be worried about any rain or shine.
Yeah.
The event's gonna be on December 18 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's basically something that we continue what we used to participate at Christmas at Marianas, at, you know, Paseo de Marianas, which unfortunately is not happening this year. So we just thought just to keep our students engaged, where they can, you know, show their arts, when they can perform, something like that. We are inviting other schools as well. As a matter of fact, sorry, I had to write some notes for myself. So we will have a Mariana High School Glee Cup coming over as well to perform. And then we'll have one of our kids, the ukulele, SIS Ukulele Club. We have Casa de Song Ukulele Group coming. We have a local Te Kanaha New Dance School as well performing, and many more. And as of now, we have 16 vendors who are interested. The basketball court is wide and big, so we can accommodate much more. All what you have to do, check the flyer, reach out to Ms. McRoberts, or there's a Google form you can sign up. If you're a SIS student, the booth's gonna cost you $20. If you are non-SIS students, it's gonna cost you $30, but all profit is yours. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of our students, they have a purpose for do this booth, not to collect money for themselves, that they have they have some sort of fundraising, you know. You name it, some of the students, they wanna go to Tahiti and do the dance school over there in a couple of years. I believe there was another fundraiser. Some of our kids are heading to Australia. Some of our SIS students are heading to science trip to Australia in March. So they're gonna take opportunity and really fundraise little bit of extra money during this Christmas market. And so here it is. There is an opportunity. Please, the slots are still open. If you wanna join us and try us to have this very successful event, come and join next week, December 18, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And you know, that venue is a real big deal. Like that big covered basketball court, it's the newest thing over there at the campus, right?
That's right. Yeah, we just completed. Thanks for PSS supporting this as well. So I know Dr. Ron, which was my previous headmaster at Saipan International School when I worked there as a teacher. He basically had set everything in the right place, and I was just there to complete the project. So it's wonderful, yeah. So even that, you don't have to be part of that SIS Christmas market as a vendor. You can just come, you know, buy stuff, enjoy. There's gonna be a lot of performance. So even if you don't want to spend any money, there is a free entrance. Come and enjoy a pleasant evening with wonderful shows, dance, ukulele play, you name it.
So that's going to be December 18th. It's free to the public. It's open to everybody. It's not just for the school. There's a talent show that's happening at 5:30. While that's not messing around, you're getting right into it. There's going to be gifts, handcrafts. There's going to be items made by the students and other vendors. And it's open to other folks who might want to be vendors. The contact information is there. We put it on nminewsservice.com as well, but it's a.mcroberts@sissaipan.net. And again, proceeds from the event got to go toward the art department over there at SIS too. So it'll be a lot of fun. It's a free event for the public. So you got to go check it out and then see what that court is going to be like. I know there's other stuff that you were talking about doing for that court in particular, like a basketball tournament coming up like sometime next year.
I think that's what we're aiming for. Yeah, I would like to sometime around March. We would like to do some hopefully quite decent and big tournament at SIS and invite all other schools as well. Again, as I said, our gate is open to everyone. You don't really have to be a SIS student to come and enjoy the facility as well. Yeah, I think last important thing, because sometimes parking can be an issue.
Oh, yeah.
and people gonna ask, where do we park? We did reach out to the nutrition assistance place, which is very, very close to us, and they are allowing the cars to park there in the evening. That is a huge parking spot. So all what you have to do, please park your car over there and just walk around the corner about 200 meters far away, and you should be okay. Yeah.
It sounds awesome. SIS, I know you guys do a lot. So not like there's any secret in any of this stuff. So I'm part of the board. My kids go there, and I knew even before I had kids, I'm like, man, I want my kids to go to that school one day. When that happens, I could see all the activities that were going on, all the parent involvement, the sports, and all that stuff. And I loved it. And I knew that was going to be the thing. And, Miss Millie's been there the whole time, too. That's amazing.
She's the school.
she is. And we just came off of a couple weeks ago, the feast, the big thing that happens on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving feast, yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
it was such a successful event, yeah. And I think at some point I stopped counting the people. I've tried to really count how many we had, but it was definitely over 300 people coming, and share their food and experience, from all around the world. And that's the beauty of international school here in Saipan. We have so many cultures under one roof, and it has been a pleasure to be part of that.
Well, and this year it got to be underneath that one roof, under that basketball court.
That's literally
because
it,
it's been like tents and walking around. I mean, it was a great setup before, but now, that's really set up like a marketplace, and this will be an opportunity to see what it's really going to look like with all the students and vendors on December 18th, and the performances. So I'm guessing you're going to be doing the stage out in front of the...
Yeah, there's a little stage. We've completed phase 2 of this project when we brought 40 feet container there. We put some cladding. It really, really looks nice, and we do have a bit of extension which create some of kind of a stage. So it's a perfect setup for such a wonderful event. Yeah,
that's great.
Come over and check it out.
Oh, I will for sure. I don't know if my kids are performing or not, but I would I only have a few years of that left.
Even if I knew they're performing, I'm not allowed to share any information with parents.
Nice, but I love all of those things. So if I gotta enjoy it while I can. To get out there for it. What else is going on? Speaking of the school, I had one of my friends just asked me recently, hey, we're looking at maybe changing schools. What do you do? Who do you contact if you want to come in and check it out?
But you can contact me as well. You go on SIS website. There, all the contacts are listed in there. And we still have some spaces open, particularly in elementary, and we might have few in middle school, but particularly elementary we have open spot. High school is a little tight, I'll be honest. We probably won't accept any high schooler as we speak, but yeah, elementary and middle school.
I wonder, is there some sort of a waiting list for the high school? Like if somebody was looking for next year, could they start?
We do have, yeah, and we keep it into the consideration. So we do have few students who are interested. And if you want to be part of that waiting list, absolutely, this is the best time of the year to give us a call and we put you on waiting list because, yeah, it's by March, pretty much our students are supposed to let us know whether they are ready to continue at SIS. And, you know, there's a various reason they can't. That doesn't necessarily have to be a quality of the school. As you know, we are living in a little tough times here now, economic-wise. Yeah, so definitely, if you're considering moving to us, let us know, and yeah, next school year.
Yeah, and you know, people moving off island, people,
Exactly.
you know, and that's the sad part of Saipan is like when you get folks that you really like, and all of a sudden, you know, they have to pack up and head out. You know, that's a big loss. And
Yeah,
then
not everyone's like you and me, like who came here for 1 year, right, and staying for a couple of decades.
It is pretty great. When did you get here?
It was end of 2014, so I'm running my second decade as we speak. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Also, for the impact that you have now, it's for it's more students broadly, but you had a lot of impact on our young soccer community out here too. Folks coming up through the MPU club that you've been able to coach, and then even I know you've been helping at other level stuff for like when you were with Tan Holdings FC and all that. So there's a lot's changed since you got here for soccer too.
Huge. I mean, that's what NMIFA and you know President Jerry is doing for this island when it comes to soccer development. It's amazing, and I'm really glad that I have been part of that for a couple of years. When Coach Mita was here, I was part of the national team program as well, and it's just wonderful. Year by year, you see progress. I think progress is the right word. Yeah, you see progress every year, and now we're celebrating. I'm humble to say we are celebrating 20 years of NMIFA, and that's a milestone for me. And I'm sure Jerry is super proud of what he and the team has accomplished here.
Well, it has been. You've accomplished a lot too because you've gotten a whole bunch of coaching license and started to make your way up. I mean, what was the most recent one that you received?
I've completed the AFCB license, and I'm considering to try to make a license if the time allows me, and obviously if someone will conduct the A license, rather here or somewhere in Asia. But yeah. Football, sorry, I call it football, as I grew up in New York. Football has been in my blood and in gene forever, and I don't think that I will ever quit that part. So,
but getting that licensing here in Saipan's got to be something too, because you've been able to do it here, and it's been part of your life.
Very special setup also, which was done for all the coaches. And when Coach Mita, the technical director, who spent 7 years here, he made it very affordable when it comes to time because some of us, including me, we were having a regular job. So normally when you do this license, you would need to block your calendar for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's a full-time course. They made it very flexible for us, so we actually could spend evenings, and they spread it into 3 phases. So it took us longer than 3 weeks. It took us over 6 months, but we were able to complete the entire course and pass the exams at the end as well. So definitely, yeah, that flexibility on NMIFA part made it quite easier for us, so we don't have to quit our job for a month.
If now only SIS can get enough land over there to have its own pitch right there, right next to the facility, that would be awesome.
It is written somewhere, yeah.
That would be great. I would love it. I would love it. Be able to host soccer tournaments, football, sure. It would be just a great idea. Anyway, anything else big that's happening for the school that you want, or anything else? Any big? I know exams are coming up.
Yeah, exams are coming up, but that's not as exciting as a Christmas market and holidays. So I don't think I want to share, the exams dates and no. Come over. come over, join us again. Free entry. You don't have to be vendor. If you want to be vendor, we would love you to be a vendor. If not, come for free and watch the show and maybe support some of the students who are trying to fundraise some money. And yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show and talking about this. This event's coming up on December 18th. You don't want to miss it. It's free. It's open to the public from 5 to 8 p.m. You get to see the new facility over there, the new dome. I love that structure that's over the basketball court. It's not small at all. And look forward to seeing all the vendors packing it in, so it'll be a good time.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. What's the number for the school if people want to call? And
I think the best way to enroll is to go
the email?
and use that email. Yeah.
All right. So
because if you call, sometimes we're busy, we won't be able to pick it up. So I think the email is the best way.
There you go. a.mcroberts@sisaipan.net. Headmaster Martin, thank you so much for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you on the pitch wearing our same jersey. Hey, Norman Del Rosario out there saying, "Let's go, MPU Coach Martin." He's watching out there from Cincinnati.
Okay.
Saying hey to you this morning.
Hello. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Brad. Thanks for having me. And yeah, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. I'll see you next week.
Yes. All right, folks. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more, and we'll do our special call with the folks in Guam, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with you.
I'm Ben Thomas. The Supreme Court's heard a challenge to President Trump's power to fire board members of independent agencies. Sagar Meghani reports the court's conservative majority seems likely to back the president.
During oral arguments, Chief Justice John Roberts and the 5 others suggested they would overturn the 90-year-old decision that has limited when presidents can fire those members.
Humphrey's executor is just a dried husk of whatever people used to think it was.
The court's already let some board members be ousted, even as legal challenges continue. Ketanji Brown Jackson argues it's a presidential power grab, allowing the chief executive to strip experts from key institutions.
And replacing them with loyalists and people who don't know anything.
Amit Agarwal, who represents a fired FTC commissioner, worries about the potential damage.
Everything is on the chopping block.
Sagar Meghani at the White House.
The president's announced a $12 billion aid package to boost farmers who have struggled to sell crops while getting hit by rising costs after the president raised tariffs on China. Trump says the money is coming from tariff revenue. China's exports returned to growth in November, pushing its trade surplus for the year past the $1 trillion mark for the first time. On Wall Street, stocks retreated to start the week. The Dow dropped 215 points, or about 0.4%. The Dow slipped 0.3%, the Nasdaq 0.1%. Berkshire Hathaway weighed on the market after announcing a leadership shakeup. But Warner Brothers Discovery jumped after Paramount took an offer to buy the company directly to its shareholders. And a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck off northern Japan. More than 20 people have been reported injured, mostly by falling objects, and it triggered a tsunami. Nuclear power plants are conducting safety checks, and some train services have been suspended. The Japan Meteorological Agency is warning of aftershocks and increased risk of a megaquake. This is AP News. Gethin Coolbaugh reports Baseball's Hall of Fame's getting a new member.
It's a true honor.
Jeff Kent has been elected to baseball's Hall of Fame by the Contemporary Era Committee, while steroid-tainted stars Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were among 7 players who fell short once again. Kent appeared on 14 of 16 ballots. The 5-time All-Star won the NL MVP award with San Francisco in 2000.
I'm floored that people across the country have recognized the Giants and more specifically recognized me of the talent that I had given this year. So. You bet. Going up against some tremendous quality talent in Barry Bonds and Todd Helton and Jim Edmonds and Mike Piazza. I'm losing my breath mentioning guys like that.
Kent will be inducted at the Hall in Cooperstown on July 26th. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Monday Night Football has the Eagles visiting the Chargers. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Fox Sports Update.
Week 14 in the NFL, there was snow in Buffalo.
Look out here! Christian Benford! Gift wrap! The other way! Touchdown! What just happened?
Courtesy Fox, Joe Burrow and Josh Allen both threw 4 touchdown passes, but that Burrow pick 6 in the fourth quarter swung momentum as the Bills won a wild one, 39-34, likely ending Cincy's playoff hopes. The Jaguars rolled past the Colts 36-19 to take a 1-game lead in the AFC South. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones left the game with an Achilles injury, and the Steelers held off the Ravens 27-22 to improve to 7-6 and take over first place in the AFC North. No snow in Green Bay, but the temperatures going down to single digits for the Packers and Bears playing for first place in the NFC North. Green Bay up 7-0 in the first half. The Titans rallied for their second win of the season, 31-29 over the Browns. The Seahawks blew out the Falcons 37-9. The Vikings pounded the Commanders 31-0. The Dolphins won their 4th straight, 34-10 over the Jets, and the Saints stunned the Bucs 24-20. The college football playoff is set. Notre Dame, a surprise omission as Miami grabs the final at-large bid, and 2 Group of 5 schools, Tulane and James Madison, get in. The top 4 seeds who get first-round byes are 13-0 Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. The first-round matchups are number 5 Oregon versus number 12 James Madison, number 6 Ole Miss against number 11 Tulane, number 7 Texas A&M against number 10 Miami, and number 8 Oklahoma against number 9 Alabama. The playoffs start on December 19th. Iowa State and Kansas State have opted out of playing in bowl games, and they'll be fined $500,000 each by the Big Ten Conference. NBA matinee, the Knicks beat the Magic 106-100. Orlando's leading scorer, Franz Wagner, left the game in the first quarter with a lower left leg injury. For more scores, stories, and features, go to foxsports.com. I'm Tim McMaster.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, goes John and Dish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of the year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It is Tuesday. It is 8:37 in the morning, and it is a beautiful one in the CNMI. Oh my goodness, we are down to our final game of the National Football League for this week. Don't worry, don't get all excited. Today, Monday Night Football, Tuesday morning football, same thing happening right now in the Marianas. It's going to be 11:15 this morning as the Eagles go in to battle the Chargers. And I already talked about that kid who told me that his Chargers are better than my football team. Well, I'll tell you what, kid, we'll find out. We'll find out because the Bills won this week. We'll see if your Chargers can hold serve against the Eagles at home. We're going to find out. How about the rest of the scores? Okay, not too bad. The Lions ended up smoking the Cowboys on Friday, and everything else happened yesterday. The Titans over the Browns, 31-29. Seahawks over the Falcons, 37-9. The Colts lose their quarterback and the game, 36-19 against the Jaguars. The Vikings blanked the Commies, 31-0. The Bills had the craziest comeback of comebacks, win 39-34 over the Bengals in Buffalo. The Saints go into Tampa Bay to beat the Buccaneers 24-20. The Ravens lose at home to the Steelers in a big one, 27-22. The Dolphins go into Jersey to down the Jets 34-10. The Broncos with a big win over the Raiders 24-17 in Las Vegas. The Rams just beat the snot out of the Cardinals 45-17. The Packers win over the Bears, of course, 28-21 at home. And the Texans, man, it's making the Chiefs wonder what the hell happened this season. I mean, really, what happened? 20-10. The Chiefs have a losing record right now for the first time in the history since Patrick Mahomes was born. And that is not an easy one for them to recover from. I don't know how that's going to work out. This is why it's got to be the year for the Bills. And you know what? The Bills don't even look that good. So it's too bad. Why does it happen to be that the Bills look bad in the season when the Chiefs look really bad? I mean, their tougher competition is going to be against some of the other squads out there. I mean, look at even New England looks good. They beat the Bills too. So, well, I mean, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. That's why it is not good. Don't become a football fan. All it's going to do is hurt you in ways that you were not meant to be hurt. Anyway, Eagles, Chargers, 11:15 today. So that's about 2.5 hours from now. So you can go out there and watch that at your desk. If you're off today, if you're a part of the PSS crew, then you can just kick back and relax and watch it with the beverage of your choice and enjoy it for sure. All right, we're going to make a phone call. I just want to make sure because we're looking at 5 minutes from now. To call with Patty Arroyo. So I don't want to get too deep into something. Okay, 5 minutes. There we go. All right, so there we go. Speaking of 5 minutes, so let's talk about some of the other headlines that we have here locally before we move on and knock this stuff out. First of all, if you guys haven't seen it already, go check out the website, nminewsservice.com. We work so hard to make it work for you. And we got a couple of op-eds that are out there. And, you know, I would think I'm going to have to start spreading them out. I'm getting them from these guys, like, on the same day. And, you know, one's out there in the mainland and one's here locally. And then I've got another one in the mainland, too. So I'll put hers out probably tomorrow. But I'm going to have to start spreading them out. It's a relatively new thing. We've only had about, from these folks, I got a total of 6 from them. And then the other lady who's the vet who comes out here, she has been sending us stuff on a regular basis. So we get that stuff out there as well. So if you have a letter to the editor that you would like to submit, just send it to us. Send it to brad.rosala@nminewsservice.com. And I will get that for you. I'd be happy to. If you look at any of the op-eds that we've got on the website right now, you'll see that at the bottom of every single one of them where it's got the email address and everything. We also have a contact us section on the website too, so you can submit it right there directly. So that makes it kind of easy, and we'll post that up for you. So piece of cake. So the 2 op-eds that we have, one is about an ongoing grievance process that somebody's got within PSS, and they're detailing it pretty specifically every single time. And, you know, we reached out to them and say, hey, you know, what's going on with this with you? And they're like, you know, I still haven't heard anything back from them. I'm like, wow. So we continue to post the stuff that they're sending us about what's going on with them. And I know that PSS is not going to really engage with us or the public about personnel issues and grievances and all that stuff. They handle all that stuff in-house. But, you know, at least we're hearing it from one side. The other one is Greg Tawai, who's telling us about, he's talking now about deep sea mining and what he thinks about it. And you should really check that out. And that's going to be one of the themes of this phone call that we're going to have with Patty Arroyo here in just about 2 minutes, because she wants to know about what's going on with deep sea mining here and what's the public's take on it and all of that. So we're going to have a good chat about that, and I'm excited to have her on the show with us, with you as well. So speaking of putting things up there on the website, you know, we put stuff out there about that littering. Remember that illegal dumping story and all that other stuff, of course, right? But you're going to talk about the stuff that isn't good. You got to talk about the stuff they do when they do it right as well. And so that Super Tech was recognized by the Gov, and along with the Lions Club for donating new signage up in Marpy. So you got to give them some love as well. That's Mar Masilugan, and he's with his company and with the folks at the Lions Club, donated a whole bunch of signs, all the new signs that are up there in Marpy for all the tourist sites and everything like that. So hats off to you. Job well done. Great stuff. That is really cool. That's a great rebound, I'll tell you that. to go out there and do it. Now, so we got their photos up there so you guys can see what they are doing and the work they did together. You got Mari, you got the Lions Club who's out there working with the new signs at Bonsai Cliff, the Public Cemetery, Suicide Cliff, Grotto, Bird Island, and did that while working with Director Mike Cruz. All right, that little notification was the sound from Guam to say they're ready for the call, so we're going to call them right now. You'll be listening to it ring with us. There we go.
The number you have dialed does not answer.
Oh.
Please try again.
Hold on. We'll try it again. All right. We're waiting. We're going to be speaking with Patty Arroyo here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there she is. I can hear her. I know that voice.
You know that voice. Hey, listen, are we live on your radio and live on this radio? Is that how it's...
That is happening.
Wow, when has that ever happened? I mean, we've done it once before, right?
Yes. And so look at that. I mean, all I know is that all of a sudden I could tell when the calls connect because all of a sudden this room gets filled with the coolness that is Patty Arroyo.
Oh, fuck, look at me. I tell you what. Hey, first of all, I was in your neck of the woods last weekend. I went there to accompany someone who was going to the funeral of Diego Benavente. And I was at the church, and low key, I was looking for you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry we didn't bump into each other while you were here. If I would have known, I would have been purposefully looking to say hey. And then, of course, I would have been like, hey, if you have time, I got to bring you over. You got to check out our studio.
Oh, I totally would have done that, too, because the thing is that ETA does not roam there. So every time I picked up the phone, it was like $50. So I thought, well, Brad's important, but $50 not important.
I'll tell you what, we'll work something out. Next time you're coming here, give me a heads up. I've got some great friends with IT&E, so another 3 letters.
Oh, there you go.
We'll make something work for you.
I appreciate that. Listen, I don't know if the same conversation you're having there is the same conversation. It has reached the level of attention because it's appearing on some of the top stories. I'm the first block of newscasts and news stories, but we're over here trying to clamor for, as you are, an extension to the deadline of the deep mining RFI. And I'm wondering whether or not you've received any formal word from BOEM that they are going to extend the time period.
We haven't yet, but they're probably not going to reach out to us directly. But I know what you mean. The government hasn't, the governor's office, the administration hasn't said that they have received anything, or either from the Congresswoman's office. We haven't heard anything about that extension, but it seems like it would be probably a reasonable request for that to happen, and that we would expect that would be granted. That would be a surprise, I think, if it wasn't on our side. But if it ends up not happening, it's not for a lack of effort from the government and then from the college here and from some of the activists who are concerned about what's going on with our environment and the potential impacts from something like this. So I know they've all been pushing for it and lobbying for it. We just haven't gotten any feedback from them yet.
Yeah, I think what we've got, I think Carlotta Leon Guerrero told us last week that they received some sort of informal response that they would extend it, but it would be for 30 days. And they're actually going for a 120-day extension. Because there's a lot to unpack here, and that's why I wanted to call you to let me know what the conversation is like in the CNMI, specifically in Saipan.
Well, I think the general thing is, one, like you said, trying to get an extension on it because it came up pretty quick. But there's also organizations who have been working on this and been aware of this for some time. And so they came ready to go by setting up forums, getting people out there. And they've also been working on this because they've been seeing what's happening in American Samoa and how the process was going there and trying to head that off because they knew it would be coming this way as well. So, boy, that call coming in. 1 second. There we go. But the main thing is that, you know, people are saying that it could be a real damage environmentally. The other thing is that there's a lot of parroting of that information that's like a game of telephone. So it seems like every time I hear it from somebody else who isn't part of the research group or somebody who isn't part of the organization, the facts aren't really coming out great. But part of that also is because there's not a whole lot of facts available because this is not something that's happening on the U.S. level right now, even though they have leases signed out and all this other stuff. The impacts that this could have and the final way that this stuff would work out isn't finalized yet either. But we did get a pretty good presentation from some folks out of Hawaii, and we had like an online, like a webinar that had to deal with that, and then we had a local event as well. So there's a whole lot of information, there's a whole lot of energy going around about this, and there's starting to be a little bit from another side of it, and that's the economic side. So we're still dipping our toe into that part and to find out if that's even something that we're interested in, because right now our economy is hurting for sure. I know you've heard of this, and we don't even know if this were to go through, if that would even really help us economically.
I think it would have such a huge danger economically, mostly because of the reliance on the ocean. It's also economic within your economic zone, environmental, your EEZ. So that affects whatever is happening in the fishing industry within that zone. So that would definitely hurt the fishing zone, any sort of marine preserves that are there, and then just what will happen with the migration of sea life or marine life outside of these affected areas because of so much pollution that it would create. But I guess I wonder if the conversation has reached to, the local fishermen or subsistence fishers, that they understand what the impact is and would want to weigh in, because right now, from a really intelligent sort of platform, we're dealing with scientists, or we're dealing with politicians, and we're dealing with experts that are in this field of understanding what deep sea mining is and the impacts that it has. So we're not really speaking to people who really understand what level, how far into the food chain, and how much. I mean, that's not even how much specifically it will affect the food chain. Has there been any local sort of response, people who rely on this sustenance to deep sea mining possibilities?
Well, that's interesting. So we actually live streamed the webinar that we got from the folks that were in Guam in Hawaii from UH, and they were the expert when it comes to all this stuff. And so they talked about a number of different impacts that this would have. They showed like how with the different methods for deep sea mining. And again, there's different types of doing it. There's some where they kind of vacuum stuff up. There's some where they actually like almost hand pick these nodules. And there's this big clearing. They suck all this stuff up to the ship. And then there's another funnel that brings it all the way down, but it doesn't bring it all the way down. So it would eventually have to settle. So they talked about that layer, how long it would take for that stuff to settle again on the bottom, how you're introducing all those things that have been sucked up from the ocean's floor, and you're going to release it about 1,000 meters deep. and it's still going to have to go down like another 2,000 meters. What's it going to do to everything in between? They talked about noise pollution and how that may affect the marine life and everything. Now, some of the things that we were concerned about for sure, we're like, you don't want that on our reef and all this other stuff. But he said that would, the expert was saying that wouldn't happen based on this. But that layer of stuff that would be floating and the amount of time it would take for it to reach down back to the bottom would be, it would take a while. The other thing is, though, more importantly, more impactful, is that removing all that stuff from the seabed floor would take it's taken thousands of years, if not more, to or not, if not millions, for the nodules, for all those things to have been developed. And then it's not something that you can replace. And then they talked about the clean tracks that were left in the wake of just from their testing, and that it could take about 100 years, even though they didn't prove that because they don't have 100 years worth of testing to be able to back that part up. But they would say it takes about 100 years from those tracked vehicles that have been down there from their test areas. They think it could take about 100 years before that would even go back to normal, because it's not like there's really deep, fast currents down there that take care of that. So as far as the pollution goes, a lot of it they were mentioning was the noise, and then the particulates that would be re-released back into the water. The other piece of it, the economic part, so they were talking about how in the American Samoa model, the talks that they started having only gave about 1% of what they got of profit to American Samoa. And that's certainly, when you don't even know how much is going to be in there and they're talking about profits, you're going to have to take out all the money that they're putting in to even make that happen. So that seems like it can't necessarily be a great win for American Samoa. If they were to do that here, there's a couple things that they're looking at. One is that we don't have the infrastructure for all these ships and all this other stuff that would be involved. But then also, because of the way they would set this up, they might not need that because they could do that somewhere else, so you lose that economic impact. But even if we were, here's the other piece, to process these minerals here, do you think an island like Saipan is set up to have those kind of smokestacks and from a refinery in the island? I think it doesn't seem like it'd be a great fit, but yeah, that to me is where I see more of that pollution would be from the refining process if it were to happen here in Saipan.
The mining revenue actually is going to go to U.S. federal agencies, or it's going to actually go to the private mining companies. It's definitely not going to go to the CNMI Treasury. But I think that larger, if it's not understood what the scientific research is showing about what deep sea mining does to the ecosystem, then perhaps the political stuff and the sort of federal tension, if you can recall, that this entire relationship as a covenant, that you have the local control over your internal affairs, but anything outside a 3-mile range, the federal government actually has control over natural resources in the CNY. So it sounds like the deep sea mining issue could also reignite some of the old stuff that had happened. The monument that was created back in 2009. Remember that? That was done without your permission. The argument then was about it violating the covenant. So the question is then who controls the seabed? Because that would still be a political football that's up for grabs if already the United States, without the consent of CNMI, has been able to do whatever it damn well pleases.
Yeah, but I think it's a different conversation because I was really involved with that, with the monument. And there was a lot of people from here who were pushing for the monument. There were people against it as well, but mostly that seemed to be folks from the fisheries and people who had intended to do things with fisheries and all that stuff. So there was a local organization that still exists to this day called Friends of the Marianas Trench Marine Monument. And they're one of the folks, by the way, funny enough, that organization is one of the groups that's most concerned and most active about trying to get the comments in and having a comment extension for the for this whole deep sea mining process. So it wasn't something, I don't think that it was viewed as by everybody. It wasn't universally, I should say. It wasn't universally viewed as something like that the United States just came in and did this. There were people who were, and I'm telling you, this is funny. My friend, my best man for my wedding, right? The Democrat of Democrat guys was supporting it as part of President Bush's legacy, his ocean legacy about getting the monument pushed through. And I just thought it was funny that he was, interested even past the politics part, because he just saw it as being a good thing to establish the Marianas Trench Marine Monument out here in the Marianas. And so in this case, for the maps that we've received and viewed on the BOEM website, and that we've received from the folks who are a part of this, trying to get the extension period extended so we can get as many comments in as possible. This takes place outside of the monument, so it's beyond the monument and outside of our exclusive, well, within the U.S. EEZ, but outside of that 3-mile range that we get for the CNMI. So it's a tough thing. We don't have local fisheries that go out and fish out there. We don't have local fishermen that go out and fish in that area either, because it's like 128 miles away out, and there's nothing around out there, as opposed to like some of the seamounts or something, or when you get to the other islands, or even those, what do they call it, those fishing, are they aggregate devices? Is that what they call them? Where they put them out there and the fishes kind of congregate around those things because there's just something there. Like it's the nightclub that just opened. People just go because it's there. When that thing drops into the water, fish just kind of go and hang out because, like, ooh, did you see that new line? Ooh, I like it. I gotta check it out. So that's kind of where it is. But I think the main thing is that the idea of the deep sea mining, or anything, it's coming in so fast and so hot. Like, they're already looking at, again, it's a request for information for folks who might be interested in leasing out some of those areas for the mining, and it's crazy how fast things are going, with as slow as everything else goes with regards to anything with land and EEZ stuff. This thing just seems like it came out of nowhere and struck the larger community out of the blue. And now we're just trying to be like, hey, hold on. You can't just come in here and do anything yet. You got to talk us through it. We like a good conversation before we take any action.
Well, I got to hit that CBS News, but to the point, I think that the deep sea mining, as scientists agree, is way too poorly understood to mine without any kind of irreversible harm, and especially around the Marianas, where there's just a whole lot of issues that surround something like this, to include the destruction of our ecosystem. So, Brett, I've hit the CBS News, man. I got to run. Thank you so much, and thank you to your audience for bearing with this conversation all the way in Guam.
Hey, thank you, and have a great day. Say hi to Dice for us.
She's right here. She's saying hi in the shop.
Happy holidays, Brad. You guys take it easy. Love you guys.
Hey, Dice, love you too. It's so great to hear you.
Yeah, Tina might misses that voice for sure. Thanks a lot. Hey, take good care.
You too. All right. That was Patty Arroyo and Dice over there in Guam. They're on the wave 105.1. If you're listening from Guam, that's where we're at. But we are going to head over to the comments real quick so I can see you guys out there. Ann is out there. She's like, I don't know anything about deep sea mining yet. But do those things on the seabed floor, do they keep the seafloor intact? Will removing it cause sea levels to increase faster? No, probably if you dig enough, you probably actually make the sea levels decrease. But that would be a whole lot of digging. But what they end up doing, based on that webinar that we have, and we have it too, we still have it. We took it down because they asked us to, because some of the information that they discussed has not yet been published, but we still have the webinar recorded in full. If some of that research that the main presenter that gave us gets published, then we can post it again, and we'll be happy to. But we don't want to risk his ability to be able to get that stuff published. I guess the way it was explained to us is that if they put stuff out that hasn't been published yet, just to give us as much information as possible. But once it gets into one of these journals, then they won't be able to put it up. And if they see that it's been published somewhere else, like with us, they're like, well, then you don't need to publish in our journal. And so, as prestigious as we are, we aren't the kind of the journals that they're looking to get published in. So we're waiting on that. But when they do, a lot of this is exploratory stuff. So they have leases all over the Pacific in different spots, and it's overseen by like a global thing that's probably under like United Nations. Not probably, it's under the United Nations, but then they get leased out. And they've done some testing. Japan is doing some of this now as well. And basically, I mean, it's like they're strip mining the ocean floor is what you could really think of it as. So they've got there's different things they're looking for. There's these nodules, right? So something falls down and then gets to the ocean floor, and over millions of years, stuff starts glomming onto it. Gets bigger, and now it's got little bits of precious minerals and all this other stuff, right? So they would literally be using like robots to pick that stuff out and put it in a tube that gets sucked up to the ship. Also, some of the mud that's down there has all kinds of stuff in it, so they would be collecting all of that and getting up to the ship and processing it and getting rid of the stuff they don't need and flushing it back down. Not at the surface, but not all the way back down to the bottom. The other one is stuff that's underneath that mud, and it could be like 70 feet deep underneath the mud. So they'll be extracting from underneath that too. So, and then pulling that up, and then that kind of stuff, they would get rid of the mud, and they would take that stuff that's underneath the mud and then process it on land somewhere. So those are the three different things that they're looking at for that deep sea mining, right? So, so it's a great question. She said, and then we end up like Waterworld. Yeah, it probably won't be like Waterworld. That would be pretty funny. Dry land. And would we really discriminate against people with gills? I don't know. I'm cool with it. There's jokes in there too. There are definitely jokes in there. All right. What else is going on? I can't. Oh, we have another call coming in. Here we go. Holidays and Road. Thanks for calling the show. Is this David?
Yes, this is Mr. Evangelista from Tinian. Good morning, Mariana.
Hey, good morning, David. Hey, when you were calling earlier, we were on the other line with Guam.
That's okay. That's not a problem.
But we got you now. Who needs Guam when we got Tinian?
Yeah, we've got CNMI, right?
That's right.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. So, hey, what's going on, David?
I'm just calling to see, I think, I don't know, for me, it's just to take care of the environment, But we have modern technologies now that are very, very sophisticated. We should drill, baby drill, one way or another. My gut feeling says that we will benefit economically. I'm not an economist, but what if we, out of the 100%, there's a chance of 40% finding something that will make it as an industry. We have to explore our world and think outside the box, read between the lines here, because we are in dire need of economic recovery.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely need something economically.
Okay,
I'm with you.
So, Brad, here's where push comes to shove, Brad.
Okay.
Is we have to take a chance, We have to push more and see what's underneath us that's been missing. Maybe we might not find anything at all. But I do understand that environmental impact, and will suffer the consequences in case there is a slight contamination underneath us, or something that would occur in the near future that damages the ecosystem and the marine life. And of course, that company or that federal person will be held accountable so that we can use that funding to recover what's damaged, and the leftover, maybe we can push out for more education on how to drill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we should explore so that we can upgrade the standard of living, especially infrastructure in the CNMI. Because even until now, Brad, even as we speak, the 3 municipalities of, or maybe 2 municipalities, they're still renting from the private sector, and they don't have their own offices, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in need of funding for equipment, infrastructure, and dilapidated buildings, especially federal-funded buildings that are not being maintained by the CNMI government. Now, I'm not sure the sharpest tool in the shed again, and I will keep saying this. I'm not Mr. Know-it-all. But when you dream it, we build it. We save it for David. Because we need to dig, and we need to drill, baby, drill, and explore the world, explore what's underneath us, so that we can probably find something that will move forward the economy, put people back to work, pay the law enforcement to enforce and the safety of our people, and not only that, upgrading the standard of living of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And in that way, we hold the economy and are within the CNMI, and instead of sending out more remittance and all that stuff, all the money is going out to China and the other foreign countries, and it's not staying in the CNMI. MVA people and the CNMI government should think outside the box and really look further. And I do understand they have it all in their list. They're trying each and every ways, high and low, searching how to better the economy and put people back to work instead of lining up at the food stamp area. Now, in order for those things to happen, we have to drill, baby, drill, and see what's underneath us so that we can participate in different kind of industry to not just tourism or casino, you know. And I do understand the environmental impact of the EPA agencies stand ready to protect the environment. We have modern technologies now, Brad, that we can also, alleviate away from damaging our ecosystem and the marine life.
Wow.
And, Brad, the last time we spoke, I would like to just put 2 cents in, Brad, and this is for the CNMI, not just Indian. We need to push more further of employment of local U.S. citizens instead of just all foreigners, you know?
Yeah. Well,
they didn't meet the 30% yet on the island of Tinian. They only pick and choose who, and they want cheap labor. The gas is $7.75 for God's sake because we only have one gas station.
Yeah.
That's a given, you know? That's insane.
It is crazy that you guys are paying that much for gas over there. I'd be furious.
Somebody needs to talk about it, and somebody needs to go back into the table and organize these things, and the AG's office is not doing their work. Where is the price control here? Until now, the commodities on the island of Tinian, you know, are still all expensive. Instead of going down, they keep going up. Because these Chinese business people, they don't care. You know, you need to bring these price control people in. You know, and the federal folks needs to come in and clean up all the mess these foreigners and illegal aliens that are doing, going around here. They're the ones that are sucking all the federal grants out. Because the stepping stone where they become a U.S. citizen right away, and they apply and all that stuff, all the benefits that where the local users is supposed to be benefiting from. We need to drill, baby, drill. Thank you very much, Brad, so that we can be part of another industry so that we can move forward with this in dire need of economic recovery. And we need to pay our teachers for education, the healthcare situation that we all see. All those things are, if you're not in place on the infrastructure, we keep reversing. We're not moving forward. Thank you so much. And God bless everyone, and God bless the cinema and the United States of America. America first, cinema first. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David. Have a great day. Thanks for calling. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, David Evangelista calling. Hey, somebody just messaged us about a call, and we got to take that off the air. So we're going to take a real quick break. We're not going to go anywhere. We will be back, but this is a call that I think we really need to take. We'll be right back.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
Fox Sports Update.
Week 14 in the NFL, it was snowing in Buffalo.
Look out here! Christian Benford! Gift wrap! The other way! Touchdown! What just happened?
Courtesy Fox, what happened was a Joe Burrow pick six, swinging momentum as the Bills won a wild one, 39-34, icing the Bengals' playoff hopes. No snow in Green Bay, but temps into the single digits for the Bears and Packers. Green Bay went ahead late and intercepted Caleb Williams in the end zone in the final minute, preserving a 28-21 win. They take over first place in the NFC North. The Jaguars rolled past the Colts 36-19 for first place in the AFC South. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones done for the year with a torn Achilles. And the Steelers held off the Ravens 27-22. They're 7-6, good enough for first place in the AFC North. The Broncos beat the Raiders 24-17. The Rams routed the Cardinals 45-10. The Titans rallied for their second win of the season, 31-29 over the Browns.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Seahawks blew out the Falcons 37-9. The Vikings pounded the Commanders 31-zip. The Dolphins won their fourth straight, 34-10 over the Jets, and the Saints stunned the Bucs 24-20. College football's playoff is set. Notre Dame, the shock omission as Miami grabs the final at-large bid, and two Group of 5 schools, Tulane and James Madison, get in. The top 4 seeds go to 13-0 Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. First-round matchups, number 5 Oregon versus number 12 James Madison, number 6 Ole Miss against number 11 Tulane, number 7 Texas A&M will play number 10 Miami, and number 8 Oklahoma against number 9 Alabama. The playoffs start on December 19th. A pair of key Eastern Conference matchups in the NBA Sunday. The Knicks beat the Magic 106-100, and the Celtics topped Toronto 121-113, moving past the Raptors in the conference standings. Great field at golf's Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas, including world number 1 Scottie Scheffler. Hideki Matsuyama got the win in a playoff over Alex Noren. For more scores, stories, and features, go to foxsports.com. I'm Tim McMaster.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. right, Marianas. I had to take that phone call, and it was a good one, too. Hopefully, doused out a fire with some water of reality. It was a situation that it was really interesting to hear about it. But I think it's fine. But I had a phone call. I'm trying to, how can I tell you about it without giving you guys all the details? But basically, a concerned member of the community was, upset about something that I would be upset about too, if it was in fact being done. But I don't know. There's a whole lot about something going on with a facility here in Saipan, and we're going to be digging into it after this to make sure all that's good. I think it's as simple as a miscommunication of something that may have been communicated amongst different CNMI government organizations with each other. And I think it just had a rough landing spot when it hit one of the nonprofits in Saipan. So we're going to reach out and make a few phone calls, and rather than get you all fired up now, because I would be too, but I'm going to make those phone calls, and already messaged folks from one of those groups to see what happens. But it was worth taking that break and having that phone call so we can get on it and make sure that all is good in the hood. We're all fam in the club. That's right. All right, guys. Well, it is 9:26 here on Tuesday morning. We got some fun stuff to get to today, and I'm excited about it. So hopefully you guys are too. What do we got coming up this week? Well, we've got a MVA branding webinar here in about a half an hour. This is going to be pretty neat, where we should be hearing about some of the stuff how they view using the far from ordinary stuff. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some pickleball folks in here tomorrow, and then afterwards hanging out for a bit. I'm really excited about that. There's an American Red Cross thing that I got going on tomorrow at lunch, and that should be pretty neat. We're going to be meeting with the good folks over at AK tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. What else is going on? Oh, on Thursday, there's a VIP party for IT&E stuff. Looking forward to that. That should be a blast over at Mari Bar. And then the IT&E Christmas party on Friday, and that means they've got to bring in their VIPs and all that. So we're going to have IT&E CEO David Gibson join us in studio. That's right, free Wi-Fi for everybody. You get a Wi-Fi and you get a Wi-Fi. We'll find out how that works, but he'll be in studio with us as well. And there's going to be that big party as well for the IT&E Christmas party. Also, we're going to have our Chamber of Commerce board meeting this week. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. My daughter's got a volleyball game. My son's got a soccer game. And that's just the week. Who knows about the weekend? Fun fact, we got a busy weekend too. Oh, why does that always happen? Why do we always have stuff to do? Well, that's how it works. And even better, this weekend, Saipan time, it'll be my mom's birthday, so we might call her on Friday during the show because it'll be a day early for her, but yeah, why not? Why not do that? Hey, I just got some word. Hopefully he's... Speaking of my mom and my dad, just got word that my dad's been in the hospital for the last few days. You know, I guess I would have been upset to have just heard about it this morning, except for the fact that I probably wouldn't be calling my kids to tell them everything too, so I probably get that. But hopefully he's been in there since Thursday, and he's supposed to get out today. He's got some stuff going on. So if you guys are the praying type, if you got any... You spare a prayer or two for my dad out there, and also for my mom having to deal with all that stuff. You know, it's it's so easy just to focus on the person who's going through it, whatever those situations are. But it's the people who support them too. And my mom's, she was definitely a little bit distressed when I spoke with her on the phone. So if you can keep both of them in your prayers, that'd be pretty cool. All right, well, it's 9:30, and that's a good enough time for us to go off and start getting the news for you for today and for tomorrow. I want to say thanks to all you guys for tuning in. Thanks to all our sponsors for supporting us and making this stuff happen. Thanks for all the folks who continue to be a part of the program by sending us information and getting us news tips and all that stuff. We will be back again tomorrow morning for Good Morning Marianas. Look forward to have you here in studio with us. Take care, everybody, and we will see you once again tomorrow. Take care.
Golden sands under my feet, waves crashing loud, a steady beat, palms swaying left, swaying right, endless blue from day to night. Siren calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Siren calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Barbecue smoke fills the air, street stalls glow without a care. Red rice served with love so true, Kelligan shining in the view. Drums pounding in the distance, dance ignites the night.